All right. We're fine.
Now I want to see John destroy a box.
Frankie, we've got goblins and cheese bags today on BoxMac.
Just hanging out with the family, having ourselves a party. Just hanging out.
Hanging out with your family. 2 years ago, we received this as a gift. It was a very special gift.
Whoa, Cheddar Goblin.
This is really weird. It's called Cheddar Goblin, and it is a novelty mac, a pop culture mac, that was a fake mac and cheese that was in the horror movie Mandy, making it appropriate for Halloween mac and cheese content.
I see. I've never seen the film Mandy.
Neither had I, but EJ and I just watched it.
Yeah.
It's something I watched.
I don't recommend it.
I watched it on Plex.
I did too, actually, with ads.
Yeah, the first time I've ever done that.
I was getting interrupted by like anti-acne medication in the middle of this horrible, horrible movie.
Yeah, I thought it was part of the movie.
He's holding this like rotting skull. And then it would cut away for like 8 ads, 8 online ads. And then it would come back to him, he's still holding the rotting skull.
Sup, Max? Happy vacay! You've got sun, sand, and me! A giant stint on your forehead!
Mighty Patch Pimple Patches reveal clear-looking skin overnight. Pimple, meet your Mighty Patch.
The movie is about a lumberjack played by Nicolas Cage and his kind of arty girlfriend. This satanic cult that's living nearby, blood cult, identifies her and wants her in the cult. They take this extremely potent LSD. So there's these extended trippy LSD segments. So it's kind of like a really slow, boring movie for a long time. And then it kind of just turns into the kind of brutal and grotesque in the second half. One of our friends said that it's kind of like a 2-hour-long music video. And that's sort of true. But for some reason, the LSD segments kept me calm.
Really?
Well, because there's people like screaming, and the LSD would kind of like hush it a little bit.
Shut up! Shut up!
It was hard for me, my brain to just grab it. It was like one of those like water tubes that you try to squeeze and it comes out of your hands.
Yeah, I was like, am I sure I'm watching this?
This sounds like something I definitely don't want to watch.
There's a lot of people who don't like horror movies straight up.
I don't either.
Is that true?
I don't like being scared in general. I don't like jump scares. I don't like strategic, like long scares. I will say, like back in the day, I enjoyed the Blair Witch Project. In the time, very spooky. You know, now it's like, oh, what's the big deal?
Well, anyway, in the middle of the movie, and it's more of a non sequitur than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
Because the movie is basically of the tone I just described.
Yeah.
He goes into the house, and because it takes place in like 83 or something, and he sees this kind of vintage commercial for something that's like, Cheddar Goblin, you just ate all our mac and cheese. It's like this goblin like vomiting mac and cheese onto children. And anyway, we're gonna try that today.
I'm amazed it became a real product based just on that.
We've been in a Walmart recently, and we saw some new brands. No need to do a giant spread of snacks.
No, we've done it. Just a little sampling.
And then you said, that's not enough food.
That's not enough food. I have been working on a new recipe that I've made, which is a buffalo mac and cheese, an easy to make at home buffalo mac and cheese. So I'm gonna make that for you today, and I'm gonna share the recipe. The only reason I think it even remotely fits on the show is it's gonna be orange.
So what's the core concept behind your buffalo mac?
There's a dish I really liked, the buffalo chicken pasta from Wally's Tap House.
All right, this is one of John's favorite buffalo macs.
My favorite. This is probably my favorite buffalo mac.
John and I have a different eating strategy. It seems that I've gone for the pasta first, and I mixed it much more.
Yeah.
He's sort of like...
I'm working this side to this side.
I used to like it a lot more. They changed the recipe, and I wanted to make something that kind of evoked that. And was delicious and creamy and macaroni and cheesy. So I started playing around with some ideas and came up with something easy to make and pretty delicious.
So what's the core concept again?
Well,
you just filibustered for 10... Yeah, I understand. But you were like, so it's definitely going to be yummy, and we're going to eat it. And what's the concept behind it?
When you say core concept, I don't know what you mean. It's macaroni and cheese.
Okay, I know what a buffalo macaroni and cheese is.
Sure.
I can't believe I have to explain this. Frustrating. You obviously are excited about this recipe.
Yes.
What makes it unique?
Nothing. It's delicious.
You're just gonna make a buffalo mac and cheese for no reason?
Yes. Look, I made a new macaroni and cheese recipe. I think it's good. I think everyone will enjoy it. I wanted to present it on the show.
I'm just glad we leveled the audio to screaming. It was acceptable.
Frankie was questioning earlier why I leveled the audio to screaming level.
He does this thing where for decades now, when he levels audio, he'll go like, check, check, check. For the love of God, will someone please bring me a check? And I'm like, we're never going to be that loud, but when he frustrates me, we start screaming.
We start screaming.
All right, well, while you're prepping that, I want to try some stuff.
Sure.
How about some little bites, lightly beaten?
Wow, you gave it more of a bang than I did.
We got some anger issues here.
Yeah, I'm basically Nicolas Cage from Mandy.
I mean, it is entertaining. That last half it's ridiculous. It's over the top.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm glad I saw it, but I don't know if I'm ready to say that. Entenmann's Little Bites.
Okay.
I have a daughter. She's just over that way. And she eats these for breakfast, but not the pumpkin variety. No. She has chocolate chip. You get 4 to a package.
Entenmann stuff used to be like one of my go-tos. It's so tiny.
Well, yeah, it's
one of
for
my-
children.
Ew. It's fine.
I mean, what do you want? It's pumpkin muffin. You want one?
She did have that pumpkin cake at the Harvest Festival.
What do we think?
It's like the cake without frosting.
Tastes like the cake without frosting. Did your pumpkin cake at the Harvest Festival have frosting?
I'd say for a packaged snack, it's actually fresh and moister than I was anticipating.
Could do worse.
Now, Frankie, what I have here is a cheese bag.
Is that? Oh, that was in your intro, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I feel like it's an insult that has gone by the wayside. Cheese bag.
Like shut up, cheese bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Do people actually say that?
I have these packages of cheese ends from Market Basket. In the deli department, when they slice cheese, at the end, there's pieces left over. And they sell it for very cheap, for $2 a pound. And I love buying it because it's a cheap source of cheese and really good cheese because it's deli cheese. I also have some blue cheese crumbles. My favorite blue cheese crumble brand, Stella. Very delicious to go on top when we're done. Got some delicious chicken breast. And I've also got another package from the cheese bag of Munster cheese.
So just to be clear, that's what I was asking about earlier.
Okay.
I wasn't looking for a 15-minute filibuster on the Congress floor about like the value of mac and cheese.
Well, there's no denying the value of mac and cheese. I think mac and cheese is essential to everyday life.
Oh, I gotta tell you something.
Yeah.
Nina was like, let's do it. Let's go do a full shop at Market Basket and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that it came out to be about, what, $20 cheaper than our average?
$20 cheaper than Walmart, which is $20 cheaper than Stop and Shop, which is $40 cheaper
Right.
than our normal store.
That's what it came out to.
Yeah.
It was by far the cheapest stuff.
Yeah.
Market Basket. The in-store congestion is,
Palpable.
I don't know that it's worth $20 because it's big. And
It
it's
is.
bad, and
It's
bad.
serious. It's like you're shopping that's what grocery stores were like in the 80s.
At Wall Street.
Nowadays, if you go into a Stop and Shop, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
I thought maybe it would be fun to do the first ever Gents Cart sub-series.
Ooh.
You do the identical weekly shop at 4 separate major.
Oh, I think that's a great concept. I love it.
Apples to apples.
Yeah.
Dust to dust. So you want some cereal?
Oh, sure. Let's try some cereal.
So here's what's going on here. I'd like to introduce you to a brand new character. You know Count Chocula. You know Franken Berry. You know
do.
Blueberry. I don't know that you know Mummy. I don't.
I don't know, Mommy.
And I don't know, Choco Wolf? I don't know who the wolf is. But have you heard of Carmella Creeper, the Zoomer Frankenstein girl?
I definitely have not. I assure you.
It looks to me like she enjoys TikTok,
Yep. Instagram,
Karl Marx.
student debt relief.
student debt relief. Yeah. I don't think she cares about student debt relief yet. Give it
No,
a few
she's
years.
well on her way. And she has very quickly joined the ranks.
Oh, they put her on top of
They put her on top because she's appealing to the youths. I want Count Chocula.
You know how many hours this dude's put in?
How many years? It's been
Right.
since the 80s he's been working this game.
And she pops onto the scene shouting slay into the moon.
Yes.
So I think this is all your classics plus your new Zoomer.
Okay. All
And
right.
in one cereal.
Sure.
So a mixed cereal. So I think we first tried the baseline
Sure.
Carmella Creeper. Now why would they use a term like creeper? Isn't that a reserved term for people who have sexual impropriety?
Well, I think it's been corrected by Minecraft, which is still not a positive thing. It's like still a monster that explodes. Wow, it's way different than I thought it would look.
What were you expecting?
Not it to be neon green.
See, I thought the box that was completely neon green.
I have my official Mac tasting spoon, which
Ah,
I will
yes.
put to service here. I'd offer you your fork, but I don't think it's going to help you right now.
He hands me a giant tong.
We only have 2 spoon types, way too small and way too big.
I'm in the land of the giants.
To me, it tastes like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, with marshmallows. Marshmallows are the shortcut to novelty cereals. Like Mario did it. I mean, I guess it'd be fun if you did have like a children's Halloween breakfast. I like it.
It's good. I don't really go in for super sweet breakfast cereals like that, but
Too sweet!
Today for the Buffalo Mac, we're using Prince large elbows, discounted to 77 cents.
Yeah, did somebody get pissed?
Yes. But it was before I encountered it. I bought it off the discount rack at Market Basket.
I don't think I would ever, to save 27 cents, buy a damaged box.
You just want to throw money into the toilet?
I want this little thing called quality assurance.
What do you think happened to that box of macaroni that would be unrecoverable?
It's a little unpredictable. How do you feel about this, Matt?
It depends on the situation, but for 27 cents, if I know that I'm going to definitely get a better product, I'll spend the 27.
All right, it's not 27 cents, it's 77 cents because it's half off.
And by the way, for anybody who's in the room, if they want cereal, we have cereal today.
Cereal is available in large quantity. Do you want me to put some pasta aside for you, Gloria? Some plain pasta?
Yes, I would.
I will put some aside for you.
How do you feel about Count Chocula, Blueberry, Franken Berry?
Again, I'm not like a huge fan.
Really?
You know?
Is there a sweet cereal that you are a huge fan of? I mean, peanut butter puffs all day long.
Peanut butter and chocolate checks, let me tell you. I'm flattening out the chicken breasts to make them cook a little more evenly. Oh, you've already moved on without me.
Yeah, sorry. I think it's quite nice.
Yeah?
You're getting a cacophony of haunted flavors.
You're getting a cacophony of haunted flavors. I like it more than the other one.
I like the unpredictability of every bite.
It's unpredictable. It's good.
Let me ask you this. Who did nostalgic Halloween commercials better than McDonald's? Nobody.
Oh, nobody. Plus they had the tie-ins. Remember those baskets? The baskets were such fun.
Yeah, they brought them back last year, right?
I know, but they weren't quite as good.
This kind of hipster marketing from McDonald's is a smart move.
But the thing I still don't get, the stores themselves have been all remodeled to look so depressing and boring.
They copied like Starbucks, that boxy design.
Yeah, the only color is the McDonald's arches. That's it.
We went to a Wendy's not too long ago. The central purpose was to have some pumpkin Frosties, because they have pumpkin spice Frosties. The first time you and I ever hung out in the year 2000.
Holy cow.
May 2000, 23 years ago, we picked up Frosties
From this very
Wendy's, and we were filming right over there in the woods.
Yeah.
But look, pumpkin spice Frosty.
I am intrigued. I am a big fan of Frosties.
Oh?
It's pretty good. Much more like authentic pumpkin-y flavor than I expected.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not what I expected. I was expecting some kind of Dunkin' Donuts overly sweet thing, and it tastes like it has blended pumpkin.
It's actually a really good pumpkin flavor.
It has such a unbelievably authentic pumpkin taste.
And here we are again, 23 years later, eating Frosties.
Yep, it's grown on me.
Yeah? It's good.
It's good.
It tasted pretty good. They were just kind of like pumpkin ice
It was
cream.
really pumpkin-y. I was kind of surprised.
But John here, man, let me tell you.
And can I just say, these floors are downright dangerous. I don't know if you're like experiencing this, but it's like a light ice skating rink.
They had some kind of greaser on the floor.
Yeah, so I know exactly what the chemical is.
Yeah.
It's a degreaser, actually, that you put on floors so that it dissolves the grease. But after you use that, you have to wash the floor with plain water a couple times.
You'll be shocked to learn that the fast food employees didn't.
So instead, the whole place is just like, if you just stand there, you just slowly slide, especially if you're me and you have a lot of gravity.
Right.
Like, you really have to plant your feet.
And like on one hand, I don't want to laugh at the prospect of John falling in a Wendy's. On the other,
But he does want to laugh at the prospect of John falling in a Wendy's.
at the very least, I think I could go to Midjourney or one of these AI and say, show me large chef fall in a Wendy's.
Go ahead, I would not be offended.
That's really the power of AI. Make it so we don't have to have accidents.
Part of being me is knowing when situations are too slippery and taking great care.
What put it over the top was how pissed off he was at how much danger he was in.
I don't think I was that pissed off about that.
Freaking flaws.
I was also, that provided the base level of pissed off. And then they got my chicken sandwich wrong twice.
What was wrong about it? It had tomato on
It
it.
had tomato and no cheese. It was supposed to have cheese and no tomato.
Well, I think you could just peel off the tomato yourself.
Yes,
The
but I wanted
cheese,
cheese.
I understand.
My sandwich was wrong. Okay, no problem. They remake the sandwich. They remake the wrong type of sandwich completely.
It's chicken now?
It's a different chicken sandwich, like a different skew of chicken. It's still wrong. And then they make it again for me.
You ended up with 3 sandwiches?
3 sandwiches. So if anyone would like a chicken sandwich with cheese that's the wrong type.
So he goes up, and I hear him in the distance. Now I'm sitting at the table. He goes, sandwich is wrong.
I don't think I was that assertive.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he deserved it.
The clerk was very defensive too. It was like, no, you don't. I was almost going to call you in as a witness, as a character witness.
This man's a good man, and he's about to fall on this floor.
I didn't even mention the floor to them, but I coulda.
Yeah. And what about the floor? What about it, sir? Most people don't fall on it.
Yeah, but I'm not most people.
You got some kind of a rubber creature workshop sort of looking thing. It's goblin good. So the joke, like how you gobble food.
Sure. I get it.
Do you think you could ever actually market a product with a disgusting creature?
I mean, there's famously the Ecto Cooler.
How did that penetrate the market the way that it did? I had it every day for lunch as if it was like a valid thing. And so did everybody. It was ubiquitous. Just the idea that you could get my mom, who's pretty health conscious, to go to the store every day and buy me green orange juice.
It was green sugar water with like vitamin C in it.
Yeah,
I remember thinking it was pretty good. I mean, just that's the power of Ghostbusters. Until 2016.
I refuse.
I brought it out way off the highway and shot it in the head. We won't be needing this anymore.
You won't be needing this.
The Goblin Mac is a very basic looking Mac.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more about the box than it is the Mac, but can't help but be morbidly curious about what kind of Mac they're actually packaging in that thing. With collectible novelty items like that, there is a question of like, do you need to carry the food or could you just sell the box? My other question is like, who's a big enough fan of Mandy? What do you got there?
She's too far gone to use.
No, what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
I could go find another box and pull the cheese out and pretend.
Well, that's just a terrible lie.
It's undergone a bad reaction to eat anymore.
That looks like mold.
Now I'm at a crossroads because I've prepared butter and
Well, go get another thing.
I'll go select a Mac that I think will give a suitable cheese for this experience.
As usual, his pasta looks awfully good.
Nice and plump.
So with the Mac I have selected is the Tops 3 cheese shells and cheese dinner.
Everybody at home, just pretend that this moldy Mac was eaten by us.
Okay, we're putting the Tops cheese in.
It's much less moldy.
On Disney Plus, not my favorite streaming platform, but they did release I think it's called Mickey Mouse Trick or Treats. I don't know if it's actually stop motion or if it's just stop motion styled. It looked like it might have been actual stop motion. 22-minute short, Halloween.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You know what? We watched it last night and it was pretty great. Your introduction to goblins was Goblin King, right? You remind me of the Babe.
Well, what does an actual goblin macaroni and cheese look like?
It just looks like a regular mac and cheese. And what we found was that the cheese was rotten. We waited too long. Pure f***ing hubris.
Sheer f***ing hubris.
We pushed too far. We thought
Icarus flew too close to the sun. Tops Goblin.
Tops Goblin.
Or Goblin Tops. Let's try this Goblin Mac that we've created.
A Goblin Frankenstein Mac. Hey, you know, perfectly fine by me.
It's tasty.
Pretty good cheese and pretty generic noodles.
Yeah. So clearly this product is just about the box.
So probably Tops is really good. No, this is yummy.
This is a no mold kitchen, Frankie. We don't tolerate mold here.
Yeah? This is actually a no mold kitchen. We're trying a new thing. It's a creator space.
Yeah, blue cheese is allowed.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. It's excellent, actually.
Cut to the commercial.
Cheddar Goblin by defeat. It's goblin good.
How far are we away from this sucker?
Let me tell you, this was supposed to go a lot faster. The chicken was supposed to be done when the macaroni was done. The trouble is that these chicken breasts were freakishly large. One was perfectly reasonably sized, the other was monstrous.
You want any mac? I'm going to give my child some Goblin Mac.
So now I'm finally going to pull the chicken out of this pan, now that it is cooked.
After a good bouquet.
That's a very Matt thing to say.
Misk slab of cheese, okay, right in the pan. Right in the pan. Here's a little pocket of American cheese.
I gotta admit, I find this exciting.
Right in the pan.
Him taking these deli ends and throwing them onto a pan.
You're really rolling the dice.
You think so?
A little bit.
Don't you think the assortedness is kind of exciting?
Big piece of Munster, right in the pan.
Yeah,
Is
fair
it just
enough.
because ends don't sell?
Right.
Because they can't cut them. The machines can't get that close to actually cut them.
So it's not like yesterday's donuts.
No.
It's just, okay.
It's just jelly cheese that's in an inconvenient shape.
It's monster cheese. Would you like another batch? My kid can't get enough of Goblin Mac with Tops cheese. We're a very active family. Around Halloween, with everybody's schedules, after-school programs, and lots of sports.
I know.
We just need a quick, tasty, and somewhat healthy snack.
I concur.
So what we do is we go straight to the Goblin. He vomits up a nice big plate.
So which was better, Monsters or the Addams Family?
Addams Family,
100%.
obviously.
They appealed to different crowds. Adam's Family was more highbrow. Munsters was more the everyday man.
You think Addams Family was highbrow?
A little bit.
For the global elite only.
All right, so I've got my cheese in there, and you can see it's just starting to bubble on the bottom. And now I'm going to add
Milky.
about a cup of milk.
This is very visually interesting.
It is.
It's kind of like a cauldron.
John's freakish science experiment. Things are so hectic in our family. We sometimes forget to feed our children. That's why we let the Goblin do it.
I'm massaging the cheese gently in the milk. See how easily it comes apart now, Iche?
What is a food from your childhood that had a strong colored dye, besides Ecto Cooler, that they would never do now?
In my 20s, I went to Building 19, and they had a ton of the SpongeBob macaroni and cheese. And that stuff cooks up with an ungodly blue. It was insane. And I bought like 15 boxes because it was $1 for a double box, you know, because I can't skip a deal.
Right.
And it made my stomach upset every time I ate it. Because it was so...
Because you were eating the blue food dye at the cake that we had for the 100th episode. And you were like, I can't have blue. And we were like, what? The color? And he's like, I don't know, I can't. Blue.
It's a little too blue for me to consume. Yeah. I have a sensitivity to super strong blue food dyes.
Why blue specifically?
I have no idea.
Like as if you were born with a horrible defect. And now I know that you said that because you ran your body through some trials.
Yes.
I was like, how does one know that like blue food dye gets me? It's when you buy 15 SpongeBob Macs and insist on eating all of them for months.
I only ate 7.
Really? You're like,
Yes.
this is too blue.
Do you now know not to buy all of the things that are cheap just because it's a deal?
No.
Yeah, do you know that, John?
Frankie, try a little of this
yeah.
cheese sauce. Yeah.
Ready? Here we go.
This is pre-buffalo.
Oh, lordy. This deli end thing might be genius.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, are you sure about this buffalo? It should be good though.
So what I've got here is Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo wing sauce. That's the key.
Yeah, that goes great on eggnog mac, if I recall.
How about a little wing sauce? Buffalo wing sauce?
It makes it spicy.
It really overpowers it.
Yeah, eggnog and Tabasco sauce.
Wing sauce. I'm crying.
I went out to TJ Maxx with him not too long ago, and what I learned was John skipped inflation. He ordered from Walmart online throughout all of COVID and continues to, and he does not go to stores, and he supermarket shops at Market Basket for perishables only, and he orders in all dry food. And plus he doesn't have like housing costs. So all the economic turmoil that everybody else experienced, he skipped.
I'm shielding, yeah.
So then when he walks into a store and sees like, wow, $11 for a fast food meal, he just about passes out on the greased out floor.
Yeah, you're darn right I do.
He didn't introduce it into his life gradually.
How are you skipping out on the inflated prices by shopping online? It's still...
I've moved down market everywhere.
That's exactly right.
Instead of shopping primarily at Market Basket, I now shop largely at Aldi's and Price Rite and supplement with Market Basket. Whereas in the past, I used to shop Market Basket and supplement with like Stop and Shop or Walmart.
Do you recognize that the buffalo chickens are coming home to roost eventually here? He does not go to stores. So when he goes to a store and he like looks at socks, he's like, I can't possibly buy these socks.
There's our chicken.
Oh, kind of looks like a brain.
Look at this. He's chopping into his Mac Mountain.
Yep.
Buffalo Mac Mountain. He was so busy wondering if he could. He didn't stop.
Oh, there it is.
We're ready.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What about the blue cheese?
Oh, we're gonna put it on top. Sprinkles.
Because what is it about?
All right.
Here's to Halloween.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Experiencing the bouquet. It's got a spicy bouquet.
If I was Matt, I would say it's got kind of like an interesting like aroma, like kind of a creamy. I like it. Well, my first reaction is nothing really beats a homemade mac. Having nice fresh chicken, I'm not used to it.
Absolutely. Even at Wally's, the chicken was prepackaged
it's
or
frozen.
canned.
Yeah, right. And then it's a good pasta choice. The creamy cheese sauce pre-buffalo was so good that one wonders.
I know the buffalo kind of takes over the flavor a little bit.
I've had buffalo macs that are just too buffalo-y. Like that's not happening here. This is quite good.
Thank you.
It's good. I like the journey it takes me on. It's spicy, and then it's dank.
Yeah, with the blue cheese.
What?
Yeah, I think it's a nice, respectable buffalo mac that's easy to make in your own home.
It's respectable.
It's respectable.
Well, I am going to sit around the Halloween kitchen and eat this. And the Goblin Mac was delicious. Gloria, it was a hit with Gloria.
So until we see you next time, have a happy Halloween.
My family is very active and needs Goblin Mac and cheese.
Cheddar Goblin, did you eat all the macaroni and cheese?
Nothing's better than cheddar.
Cheddar Goblin.
Cheddar Goblin by Devane. It's goblin good.